I finally got that new game I've been wanting.
Oh, you got the one you've been talking about? That's great! Gaming is pretty much your only hobby after all.
Sometimes I feel like I work just to buy games. But don't worry, spending time with you is still my priority. I won't get too caught up in gaming.
Well, I should hope not. If you ever ignore me for games, I might just have to throw them all away. Remember last month when you stayed up until 3 a.m.?
That was a one-time thing, and it was because we had that big merger happening. I needed something to de-stress.
I know. But you've been so focused on work lately. I barely see you anymore.
I'm sorry about that. The transition hasn't been easy. Dad left some big shoes to fill.
Your father did run the company for 30 years. That must be intimidating.
Yeah, everyone keeps comparing us. Your father would have done it this way. Your father never needed to check the reports twice. Gets really exhausting sometimes to even hear them say things like that.
That sounds really difficult. Have you talked to your parents about it?
Mom keeps saying I'm doing just fine, but I can tell Dad's worried about me. He stops by the office sometimes to check in.
Maybe he's just trying to help? He cares about you.
I know, but it makes me feel like a kid again, like I can't handle things on my own.
Is that why you've been working such long hours?
Partly. I don't want anyone saying they preferred how things were under my father. I need to prove myself.
You don't need to prove anything. But I do miss having dinner together.
We had dinner together yesterday.
For like 15 minutes, before you rush back to your study to review those contracts.
The Anderson deal is crucial if we lose them.
I understand. Your family worked so hard to build this company. You can't let them down.
Exactly. Rachel says I'm being too anxious about it, but she doesn't understand the pressure.
Speaking of Rachel, she seemed upset this morning when I was making breakfast.
Really? Why?
I'm not sure. Maybe because I used her favorite mug? She just gave me this look.
Don't read too much into it. She's probably stressed about work too. Her law firm's been handling some big cases.
I try to be considerate, but sometimes I feel like I'm walking on eggshells.
You're too sensitive. Rachel likes you. She told me so when we first got married.
Did she? That's nice of her. I just want everyone to be happy.
And that's why I love you. You always think of others.
You're sweet. But back to your game. Which one did you get?
The new RPG everyone's been talking about cost me a fortune, but the reviews are amazing.
You've been saving up for it, right? The one with the dragons?
That's the one. Supposed to have over 100 hours of content.
100 hours? When are you planning to play it?
Well, I was thinking about playing a bit tonight after I finish these reports.
You're still working on those? It's already 8 p.m.
Just need to double check some numbers, then I can relax a bit.
You've been double checking numbers every night this week. Can it wait until tomorrow?
The board meeting is on Monday. I need everything perfect.
You're working too hard. Even your father took breaks.
Please don't compare us, not you too.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just worried about you.
I know, but I'll be fine. I can game late at night.
No way, that's not happening.
Why not?
Well, first of all, it's not good for you to cut into your sleep time. Plus, Rachel will just get mad again. You know how she is about noise.
Wait, Rachel got mad? When did this happen?
I didn't want to worry you, but she gets angry when you make noise at night. She yells at me about it, almost every morning lately.
Why would she yell at you and not me? That doesn't make sense.
Probably because I'm just easier to confront. I'm just the sister-in-law, after all.
Wouldn't it be easier to confront her own brother? We've always been close.
Well, in the family hierarchy, I'm at the bottom. I'm the outsider here. Everyone knows that.
That's not true. You're family too, Victoria. You have been for 2 years now.
But to Rachel, I'm just an annoyance. The house got more crowded when you brought home a wife, and it must be unsettling having a stranger move in, especially in her childhood home.
That's ridiculous. If she's uncomfortable, she can move out. She's a working adult. She only lives here because it's close to her office.
But Rachel has a right to live here. It's her family home. As someone who married into the family, I have to be considerate. I don't want to cause any problems.
You're not causing problems. Rachel is if she's treating you this way. I should talk to her.
No, please don't. That would only make things worse. She'll know I told you.
I'm sorry you feel you have to walk on eggshells. I had no idea Rachel was saying these things. She used to be able to sleep through anything, even when I had friends over for gaming nights.
She's been having trouble sleeping lately. And it's not work stress. You know how intense her job can be. But this is different.
All right, legal work. Must see some dark stuff in that line of work. No wonder she's on edge.
So no late night gaming, okay? Just go to bed like a normal person. Got it? For everyone's sake.
Yes, ma'am. You're right, shouldn't mess up my sleep schedule anyway. I'll find time on weekends somehow. Maybe Sunday afternoon?
Perfect! That's much better. And I'll make sure to keep Rachel busy then. Take her shopping or something, so she won't complain about the noise.
You don't have to do that. This is my house, too.
I know, but it's easier this way. Less drama. I just want everyone to get along.
You're too good to us. Both of you mean so much to me.
You're sweet. Now finish those reports and get some rest. Your game will still be there this weekend.
Thanks for understanding, and for telling me about Rachel. I'll try to be more considerate.
That's all I ask. Good night, love.
Good night. Don't stay up too late yourself.
I'll try my best. Sweet dreams.
Victoria, where are you?
James, why are you up? That's unusual for you.
Had too much to drink before bed. I got thirsty and noticed you weren't in bed. Where'd you go?
Sorry, just getting some fresh air. Couldn't sleep again.
This is the 3rd time this week. Is something wrong?
Just restless. You know how it is.
It's dangerous for a woman to be out alone at this hour, especially in this neighborhood.
I'm hardly a young girl anymore. Stop treating me like a child.
The news just reported another break-in nearby. I can't help but worry.
I'm perfectly fine. I can take care of myself. Been doing it for years before I met you.
Still, walking around at night isn't safe. At least let me know when you go out.
It's fine. I'm just on the property. The estate is big enough to take walks right here. The gardens are beautiful at night.
You don't need to go for walks at this hour, though. I'll come join you.
No, don't. I need to be alone right now. Please respect that.
Did something happen? You've been acting strange lately.
It's nothing. Just need some space.
It can't be nothing if you're out walking alone at this hour. Come to think of it, you've been sleeping in a lot lately. Do you do this often, these late-night walks?
Well, I wasn't planning to tell you, but guess I can't hide it anymore. Yes, this isn't the first time. I can't sleep. Haven't been able to for weeks.
Since when exactly? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Remember when we had that dinner party? When Rachel made those comments about my cooking?
That was months ago. Has it been going on that long?
Has it been going on that long? It started small, just occasional restlessness, but it got worse.
Are you anxious about something? Is living with my family too stressful? Mom can be a bit particular about things.
Your mother is wonderful. She's always so kind to me.
Then what is it? If it is, we don't have to stay. Rachel can handle things here. We could move out, get our own place.
No, that's not it. Your parents are wonderful people. I'm happy living here. It's just, things aren't great with Rachel. But I don't want to cause problems.
Really? I never noticed. You both seemed fine at dinner yesterday.
Of course not, when others are around. But when we're alone, she's like a different person. She's cruel to me. It's like she becomes someone else entirely.
What do you mean? What does she do?
Little things at first. Moving my things, accidentally spilling coffee on my clothes. But it got worse.
Worse how?
She'll kick the laundry I'm folding and mess it all up. She'll throw away food I've cooked right in front of me. Says it's probably poisoned. Who says things like that?
No way! Rachel wouldn't...
It's true. She says horrible things too. That I make the house cramped. That I smell. That I don't belong here. That I'm not good enough for you.
This doesn't sound like my sister at all.
She says I'm just here for the money. That I make the house feel cheap. That I wish I'd leave. She doesn't understand why her brother married someone like me. Says I must have tricked you. She even gets mad that we don't have kids yet.
What does she say about kids?
It's too awful. I can't even repeat it.
Please tell me. I need to know.
She threw things at me once, calling me defective for not having children. Says I'm failing as a wife, that you'll leave me for someone younger, someone who can give you a family.
Oh my God! She's been treating you this terribly all this time? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I really tried to get along with her, but she just seems to hate me completely. Nothing I do is ever good enough.
So that's why you're always so careful around Rachel. I thought it was weird, like being quiet at night and everything. The way you always check if she's home before cooking.
I'm sorry I couldn't get along with your sister. I'm such a terrible wife. I should have tried harder.
You have nothing to apologize for. This is completely unacceptable.
I've been trying to stay strong, but I'm so tired. Yet I can't sleep. So I come out here for fresh air. Sometimes crying alone helps me feel better. The garden is the only place I feel safe anymore.
You've been doing this all along? Suffering in silence? I'm so sorry I didn't notice you were suffering, and my own sister is doing such horrible things. I feel sick.
I was planning to keep it a secret forever. I thought I should just endure it. For your sake. I know how much you love your sister.
What are you talking about? You shouldn't have to endure anything. If anyone's leaving, it's Rachel. I'll talk to her tomorrow.
But I don't think she'll leave willingly. And even if we confront her, I doubt she'll admit what she's done. She's hidden her true nature from the family all this time. Even you never noticed it until now, right? You probably still can't believe she's capable of this.
Of course it's hard to believe. She's my sister. We grew up together.
Right? You're so kind and trusting, James. You never suspect anyone and always take the side of the underdog. Of course you wouldn't notice being deceived. That's what makes you special. But it also makes you vulnerable.
I need to think about this. Get some rest. We'll figure this out tomorrow.
Don't confront her yet. Please, let me handle it my way. I don't want to cause a family crisis.
Too late for that. This ends now.
James, please. Promise me you'll be careful. She's very good at turning things around, making herself look like the victim.
Don't worry. I won't let her hurt you anymore. Come back inside. It's getting cold.
Just a few more minutes. I need to compose myself. Don't want her to see I've been crying.
Okay. I'll wait up for you.
No need. Get some sleep. You have that meeting tomorrow. I'll be fine. I always am. What's this about? It's 7 a.m. Some of us actually sleep at nights.
It's about Victoria. You know what this is about.
I really don't. But I can guess she's been telling tales again.
Stop bullying my wife.
Excuse me? What exactly did she say I did?
Like you don't know. The laundry, the food, the verbal abuse.
What? I'm the one being bullied. How did she manage to flip this around? Did she tell you about last week? When she accidentally deleted important case files from my laptop?
Victoria told me everything. Stop making up stories.
You really believe her? After everything we've been through? I'm your sister, James.
Exactly. You're my sister, which makes this even worse.
I see. So you've been completely fooled. Just like with Karen in high school.
Don't bring that up. This is different.
Is it? You've always been too trusting, letting people take advantage of you. Remember when the intern embezzled company funds? Who spotted it first?
That was different. This is Victoria, my wife.
Kind, patient, always believing in people, always helping the underdog. That's my brother. But sometimes it makes you blind.
Victoria said the exact same thing about me, word for word.
Because she's got you figured out. She's studied you. But she doesn't know everything about you. Yes, you're indecisive and too trusting. But she doesn't know about your problem-solving abilities and incredible insight when things get serious.
What? What are you talking about?
Remember Dad's crisis last year? When the company almost went under? Who figured out the solution? Not Dad. Not the board. You did.
That's not relevant. This is about Victoria.
You're being completely played. She must have had some ulterior motive. You're being deceived, just like she's deceiving everyone else.
You have proof or just accusations?
What proof did she give you about my supposed bullying?
I hear what you're saying, but I can't just doubt my wife without evidence. I saw her crying, Rachel.
Fair enough. That's just who you are. Always needing concrete proof. Okay. But evidence, huh? That I can handle.
What do you mean?
I'll show you how she acts when she's just with me. Give me 2 days. Don't say anything to her. Let her think you're on her side.
I don't like playing games.
It's not a game. It's exposing the truth. Don't you want to know?
Know what?
Where she really goes at night? Why she's always taking walks? Why your family's bank statements keep showing unusual charges?
What are you saying?
Let me handle this. Just play along. Tell her you're kicking me out, that you believe her completely.
And then what?
Then we wait and watch. Trust me one last time, as your sister.
2 days, that's all you get. Then I want the truth, whatever it is.
Deal. And James, I'm sorry about everything.
Don't be sorry, just be right, for both our sakes.
I will be. Now go tell her the good news, that you're making me leave. Make it convincing.
I don't like lying.
Sometimes you need to find the truth. Consider it practice for your board meetings.
That's different.
Is it? Just remember what's at stake. Our family's reputation. The company. Everything Dad built.
2 days, then this ends one way or another.
It will. I promise. Now go. Your wife is waiting. Well, looks like you actually did it. Got him to kick you out, so get lost. This house is mine now. Without you here, all the family assets will be just for us. He fell for it so easily. What an idiot. Men are weak to women's tears, but playing the brave, enduring wife really sealed the deal. 2 years of planning finally paid off.
I see, so I completely fell for your act.
What? Who is this? Rachel?
It's James, using my sister's phone. I'm with her right now. Keep talking, tell me more about your plans.
But you told me you kicked her out. You said she moved far away, and we didn't have to worry anymore. You promised me.
Actually, I didn't. I lied to draw out your true feelings. Interesting how quickly you showed them.
You tricked me? You can't do that. That's not fair.
Fair? Like framing my sister was fair? Like lying to me for 2 years was fair?
I can explain everything. This isn't what it looks like. Rachel manipulated those messages.
I wanted to know your real thoughts. So it was our family's inheritance you wanted all along. Tell me, how long were you planning this?
James, please. You don't understand. I do love you.
Well, our house is huge and the land alone is worth a fortune. No wonder greedy people like you come after it. Was that the attraction, the family fortune?
How long have you suspected me? Did Rachel poison you against me? She never gave me a chance.
When I confronted Rachel, she said you were the one being nasty to her, so I decided to find out who was telling the truth. Glad I got to see your true colors, every single one of them.
Just because you tricked me doesn't make what I did worse than that. She invaded my privacy. You both conspired against me.
Are you serious? You've been lying to me this whole time and trying to frame my sister. And those nights you went out, Rachel saw you leaving in taxis multiple times. Some fresh air that was. Where were you really going?
I just couldn't sleep. Maybe I went to see some friends. A girl needs her space sometimes. You were always working anyway.
Rachel saw you dressed up with heavy makeup, wearing revealing clothes. Kind of overdressed for meeting friends, don't you think? Or was that part of your plan too?
So what if I play dress up? Why do I have to justify what I wear? Are you controlling now too? Like your sister?
Not gonna explain? Fine. We'll find out anyway, every detail.
What? What do you mean?
Let's take a look at your credit card history. Rachel says following the money usually reveals the truth, especially those late-night club charges.
What is she? Some kind of detective? Who are you people? You're scaring me.
Did you forget? Rachel specializes in divorce law. She knows exactly how to handle liars like you. Been doing it for years.
James, please, listen to me. We can work this out. Let's start over. Remember how happy we were?
Stop interrupting. I'm at my sister's office getting divorce advice. Her most talented senior partner is taking my case. Better be ready for some hefty damages. They're very good at finding hidden assets.
Wait, please. You don't understand. I had debts from before we met.
Save it. We found out about all the money you spent at clubs, and you've had multiple affairs. The credit card statements don't lie. Neither do the hotel receipts.
Those meetings were business, networking, for your company.
Listen, I know you're a habitual liar, but you might want to stop now. We have all the evidence. Don't bother making excuses. The truth is already out.
Okay. I admit everything. And I'm sorry. I'll get a job and pay back what I spent. Please forgive me. We can start fresh.
Forgive what? The lies? The affairs? Trying to destroy my family? There's no way I could forgive this. I want a divorce immediately. I don't need a wife who deceived me and tried to frame my sister. You're not who I thought you were. You never were.
I'll apologize to Rachel too. I'll do anything. I just got blinded by greed. It was a moment of weakness. 2 years of weakness.
My parents are furious after hearing everything. You have no place in this house anymore. Pack your things. You have until tomorrow.
Please don't say that. I love you. I really do. Despite everything.
What you love is our family's wealth. I was such an idiot, but at least I learned something. I won't be fooled by someone like you again. I can never apologize enough to my sister. I'll be in her debt forever. She saw through you from the start.
She never gave me a chance. She hated me from day one. This is all her fault.
No, Victoria. This is your fault. All of it. Goodbye. I know everyone's been asking for updates about the situation with Victoria. Thought I should let you all know how things turned out. It's been a rough few months.
We're here for you, sweetie. Tell us everything.
Take your time, son. With Rachel's help, I hired a top divorce attorney, the same one who handled the Peterson case last year. They were incredibly thorough.
They better be, considering their fees.
Worth every penny, though. They found everything Victoria had been hiding. All the club receipts, hotel charges, secret accounts.
I still can't believe it. She seems so perfect.
That was the act, Mom. She had us all fooled. Well, almost all of us.
I wish I had been wrong about her. Really do.
The settlement negotiations were intense. We demanded repayment for all the money she'd blown at clubs, plus damages for emotional distress, and compensation from her affair partners. Good. Make them pay. No one messes with this family. The evidence was overwhelming. Victoria didn't even try to fight it in the end, just signed everything.
The prenup helped, though.
Yeah, now we know why. Anyway, she was kicked out of our house, not just penniless, but deeply in debt. The club bills alone were staggering.
Where is she staying now?
That's the crazy part. Even after everything came out, she kept going to those expensive clubs. Couldn't stop herself.
Addiction is scary, no matter what form it takes.
When she couldn't pay her debts and her club tabs piled up, she suddenly disappeared, just vanished one day. Good riddance. There are scary rumors that she's being forced to work overseas now to pay off her debts. I almost feel sorry for her.
Don't. She made her choice, every step of the way.
I got on my knees and begged Rachel to forgive me for doubting her, for believing Victoria's lies, for almost choosing a con artist over my own sister.
Oh, get up, you drama queen. Water under the bridge. Though that Korean barbecue dinner was pretty nice.
Least I could do. I'm lucky to have such a forgiving sister. But from now on, I'll remember that I'm too trusting. Need to be more careful about believing people so easily.
Don't let this change who you are, sweetheart. Your trust in people is beautiful. Just maybe listen to your sister more.
Speaking of listening to Rachel, that junior partner at her firm, the one who helped with the case, she's single, you know. Dad, it's way too soon.
Actually, Sarah did ask about you.
Can we not? I need time to process everything.
Of course, dear. Take all the time you need. We're just glad to have our son back.
And the family fortune intact. Those club bills were something else.
Speaking of bills, we should review the company accounts. Make sure Victoria didn't touch anything there.
Already done. First thing I checked. Everything's secure. That's my boy, always thinking ahead. Learned from the best, both of you. Thanks for standing by me through all this.
Always will, little brother. Always will. Though you're buying Korean barbecue again next week.
Deal. Least I can do. Love you all.
We love you too, sweetheart. Now about this Sarah person.
Mom! With Rachel's help, I hired a top divorce attorney and demanded settlements from both Victoria and her affair partners. The amount was substantial, including repayment for all the money she'd blown at clubs. Victoria was kicked out of our house, not just penniless, but deeply in debt. Amazingly, she kept going to clubs even after that, despite having no money. When she couldn't pay her debts and her club tabs piled up, she suddenly disappeared. There are scary rumors that she's being forced to work overseas now. I got on my knees and begged Rachel to forgive me for doubting her. She let me off the hook for the price of an expensive Korean barbecue dinner. I'm lucky to have such a forgiving sister, but from now on, I'll remember that I'm too trusting and be more careful about believing people so easily.